It is written.
Welcome to the Standard Zone!
It is written.
Today's video is finally gonna be my fitness food video. I'm not gonna call it diet because I don't diet. I have changed my way of eating. I've changed my food intake, my soda intake, my all that stuff. So I have my notes right here, and we're just kind of going to chit chat about what I do. Let me just start off by saying I'm not a professional, I'm not a trainer, I'm not trying to brag, I'm not trying to all that stuff. I'm not trying to do anything negative. A lot of you have asked me to do this video, so look at it as somewhat of a motivational video. I'm here to motivate you guys that everybody can do it, so let's do it together. And let's be nice and healthy and fit. Like I said, I don't diet. I don't consider it dieting. I call it a complete change of life. Let me start off by saying pre-pregnancy, I was about 110, 112-ish. I even went up to 115, and when I was that weight, I was dancing, I was physically active, I worked 3 jobs, I worked at the pool, I was doing Polynesian dancing, I was doing all that stuff, so I didn't consider it. I mean, I was satisfied. I was content with the way I was. During pregnancy, I gained about 40-something pounds. So by the time I gave birth, I was 150-something pounds, which throughout my pregnancy, hopping on the scale, every time I went to the doctor, it was going up, 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 and my self-esteem, my confidence level was going down, down, down. I remember thinking, how am I going to get back to the way I was? What am I going to do? I remember feeling just at my ugliest. Pregnancy is supposed to make you feel your most prettiest, and I don't know, we're all human, everybody goes through it. Nobody likes putting on the pounds. Post-pregnancy, I lost the weight, and if you are pregnant, I would strongly, strongly suggest breastfeeding. I breastfed for about 5 or 6 months, and then I put her on formula. But in that 5 or 6 months, I would say I dropped the pounds rather quickly. We're talking several months down the line. I was 112, I think. So I was able to get down to 110, which I was happy with, but because of the weight I did, I felt very flimsy. It didn't show on the scale, but I just didn't feel the way that I used to feel. My face changed, the shape of my face, my body changed, just everything changed. And when you do have a child, that's the price you pay. I'm sorry, moms, but that's the price you pay. And if I could take it back to get my pre-baby body back, I would never, ever, ever do it. But I can honestly say that I am in the best shape now that I have ever been in my entire life. And I can say that with confidence, with truth, and 100%. And when I say I am in the best shape, I'm talking mentality, I'm talking physically, I'm talking I can hop on the scale and be completely 100% satisfied, and I am the most confident that I've ever been, even after having Raiden. So I definitely look at that as being a goal that I've achieved, because I just remember feeling that I could never get it back again. Sure, I do have stretch marks. I ain't gonna lie, we're all human. Not everybody gets stretch marks, but I did. So, but like I said, if I could have the stretch marks that I do, but be in the shape that I am now, I would take it any day. So, what I do at the gym, I go to the gym maybe about five days a week, and then I give myself 2 days to kind of, if I feel like going, then I go. If I don't feel like going, then I don't go. But 5 days a week, and I am not a runner. I hate running. I hate running. So I'll either go in increments on the treadmill, and I'll go for maybe about 10 or 15 minutes, then I'll do the bike for 10 or 15 minutes. Then I'll go back on the treadmill for 10 or 15 minutes, and then I'll go back on the bike. So 2 times, kind of making it either about half hour or 45 minutes total for the bike and the treadmill. And then after that, my favorite to do are weights. So I like to work on my arms, and I like to work out my stomach. So core muscles and my arms are my favorite to do. Legs, meh. My back is starting to be more enjoyable for me, whereas before I never saw anything. So look at it as motivation. When you go to the gym, work your heart out, because nobody is going to make you go. Nobody's going to force you to go unless you want to pay somebody to kick your butt into shape. But you know, I was on my own. My husband was constantly working, so I need to do it myself and quit complaining about it, because I was complaining about it for a long time. And don't complain if you're not going to do anything about it, right? Finally, I was just going to the gym just because, I don't know, I was just like, okay, let's change my mentality. So I was going to the gym. After a certain amount of time, after so many times going to the gym, I started to see results. So I was like, yes, and I used that as motivation to keep on going. My husband is very, very much fit, so the fact that he can eat whatever he wants just drives me up a wall. I knew that the way we ate, as far as parents, is going to reflect on our daughter. And I did not want her eating french fries all the time, because I was a kid that ate french fries all the time. And sure, I was never heavy, but it definitely didn't help my arteries or anything like that. I've cut out soda 100%. I don't drink soda at all. My husband, on the other hand, has to have soda. He loves his soda, and I've done so good without. I thought soda was going to be the hardest thing for me to do, but I cut it out cold turkey. And I mean, it wasn't that hard. So if you have a guilty pleasure, or it being soda, then you can definitely do it, because I thought it was going to be super hard, but it's not. Right now, I'm gonna say, and if I say this, I don't want you guys to think that I'm bragging, because I'm not, but like I said, you guys have questioned me and asked me. So I'm about 100 pounds flat, but it isn't because I'm not eating. I'm eating very much. I eat in little portions, and I eat salads, a bunch of salads, and I don't use dressing. I use sesame oil and vinegar. We eat chicken. We rarely eat dark meat now, unless we go out, and if we go out, then I'll eat like a steak and salad. I don't eat rice. I am Chinese, I'm Asian, I'm Hawaiian. You know, we like our rice, but I don't eat rice. I eat brown rice. Well, I shouldn't say I don't eat rice. I eat brown rice instead of white rice. My husband, on the other hand, loves his white rice. So it's hard to kind of mesh our eating styles together, because he loves the way he eats, and it works for him. If it works for you, and he's constantly working out, running, this guy can run circles around me any day while eating a Big Mac. I can't stand it, it drives me crazy. But women, we all know it's a lot harder for us to lose the pounds than for men. but because he is in the Army and his company is like the top company as far as PT scores in the battalion, so they're constantly on their mission doing their little squats and all that stuff, and everybody dreads Brandon's workout. So it's funny because he is so physically in shape, but you'll catch him eating some french fries. But it's definitely hard, so it takes willpower. It takes a lot of willpower. What has helped me is the fact that Brandon does work a lot, so I was able to eat the way I want to eat on my own without having a distraction from him. So if you're a spouse, if you're in the military, your spouse is out on business or training or schooling or anything like that, that is your chance to get your butt up and go, because that was perfect for me. I didn't have outside influences of McDonald's and things like that, so it was a lot easier for me to drop the pounds. What you saw at the beginning of the video was actually what my husband do when we're together. It's kind of CrossFit core conditioning kind of thing. He loves CrossFit, so I have him help me a lot with like strength training when I'm able to work out with him. He is definitely my personal trainer. He helps me a lot because he is, like I said, super active on so many accounts. So, but what I do on my own is basically just weights and things like that. Find your own motivation to get up and go to the gym. If it's going out and buying workout gear, because that helped me out a lot too. So I went out and bought all these sports bras, all these pants, all these shorts, all these shirts, and I'm like, I gotta wear it somewhere, right? And it's only appropriate at the gym. I got me some good shoes, some good workout gear, and I was on my way. So I'm not trying to be muscle man or anything like that. My husband, in fact, always tells me to don't go higher than, because what I use is like 15, 20 pounds sometimes, dumbbells, but he's always like, don't do it too much, you know, because, yeah, so, so that's what I do. I hope I was able to kind of give you insight as to what I do to work out. As far as food, I eat anywhere, small portions, small meals throughout the day. I'm not going to say the standard 7 meals a day or 6 meals a day, six meals a day. I just basically eat small meals throughout the day whenever I'm hungry. I try to space it out evenly with hours. It works for me. I've been able to lose a lot of the weight. Now I'm able to tone my arms, my legs. And it's made me feel so much more confident in my own skin. And if you're ever able to get to that point, I think that is an accomplishment in itself. And I look at it as a goal achieved. I hope I was able to shed light on anything you guys were questioning me personally. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any more questions, leave them down below. I'll try my best to answer them. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video, and I'll talk to you later.